In the Sunday Times' Good State Schools Guide, Chatham House is described as an oasis in the heart of downtown Ramsgate. Not only is this a lovely, unexpected green area in the centre of town, we hope too it is a pleasant educational haven where boys, and now in the sixth form some girls, can study to the best of their ability. Chatham House's aim is to strive to provide academic excellence for all its pupils within a caring community. This means that we appreciate that every student has a gift or talent, and therefore we put on as wide a curriculum and programme of activities as we can, so that everyone can get their teeth into something really challenging.
All good schools have a set of standards, and Chatham House is no exception. So when boys come, a little nervously, through the archway on open day, or their first day in their new school, we hope they will gaze at the building and the sports fields, and think this is the place for me. Reg Thane, now Chairman of Governors, certainly did when he arrived at the school in 1933. The young Thane particularly enjoyed sport, especially the cricket, and is still to be seen in OR, or Old Boys Week, umpiring when the first 11 play those who have recently left the school. One of his predecessors, Edward Heath, went on to win a music scholarship to Balliol College, Oxford, and eventually to become Britain's Prime Minister. The young Edward especially enjoyed the music and debating, and went on to become President of the Oxford Union Debating Society. There are many other famous ORs, including Bill Ratton, leader of the RAF forces in the recent Gulf War, Jeff Parsons, the Olympic high jumper, who recently ran a summer school for local primary school children at Chatham House, or Frank Muir, the comedian. So why do these distinguished old boys wish to return to their alma mater, or old school? And why do more and more students wish to come to Chatham House?
So if we can use those in our sums, we can actually work out lots of additions and take away sums. But the thing
First must be the teaching, which ultimately leads to students obtaining the qualifications they need to move on to university, and in a few cases local employment. Of the 1996 leavers, at speech day receiving their prizes, a remarkable 65% obtained a place at their first choice university, with another 14% obtaining their insurance offer. Of the remainder wishing to go on to higher education, virtually all obtained a place through UCAS clearing. Yes, those who come to Chatham House at 11 years really do enter as boys and leave as young men, with the qualifications which will gain them entry to university or to make the choices so important for those embarking on a career. Subjects range from music to maths, electronics to English, and sports science to sociology. Demonstrations and experiments are a key part of teaching, especially in science, so that boys learn by doing. Indeed, good teachers start by first capturing and then sustaining the interest of the pupils.
And you will time the reaction. You will time it for a 4-minute period every 15 seconds.
Developing conversation and debating skills, or presenting your views in discussion.
If there's loads of people taking drugs in one society, it will give the society a bad name, so you won't get any tourists going there.
And also a lot of crime and violence as well.
Introducing practical ways of thinking, developing and constructing ideas.
Right, gentlemen, here we go. Second one working. Okay, this is the fast speed. Okay, so if any of you else will be using the 12K resistors, it's going to give you that speed of flash.
Modern languages prepare students for a role in the new Europe.
Commencez.
Bonjour Mathieu.
Bonjour, chef.
Quel âge as-tu?
J'ai 15 ans.
Où est-ce que tu habites?
J'habite à Cliftonville.
And very important too is research and private study.
Right guys, so we're doing project work for the end of term on a variety of aspects of medieval and Roman life.
Lessons have to be rigorous and challenging. Above all, there must be opportunities for youngsters to think. Important too is the relation between the pupil and teacher, the latter never being afraid to pose questions and to probe so that the pupil is stretched to the limit.
Well, let's have a look at your homework diary.
Teenagers are not always naturally keen to study, and homework diaries, which are read by parents, are checked regularly, especially in the junior years. Parents are encouraged to visit the school to discuss their son's progress, if possible with their son present.
OK, boys, you have exactly 1 hour for this exam. You may begin.
Obviously, exams play an important part in the life of all schools, but boys are prepared for them with half-termly staging tests and annual exams, the results of which are reported fully to parents via assessment forms and annual reports. If a boy needs help or further guidance, he will see his tutor or year head, or sometimes a sixth form helper. Nobody should soldier on alone, especially if they are encountering any difficulties with a subject.
Okay, that gives you a good foundation for your project because it includes exactly what their faith and belief is founded on. So you can do that diagram there. You can then go on to look at the daily life of a Muslim, but also in England. What does it mean to be a Muslim in England today?
We aim for the highest academic standards, and over recent years, around 5 sixth formers per year have gone to Oxbridge. Musicians have won scholarships to the Royal College and Guildhall Schools of Music, or prestigious RAF or other service scholarships. The honours boards which record achievements, academic, cultural and sporting, celebrate the achievements of boys past and present, giving incentives to others to have their names recorded in later years. But Chatham House is not just for the high flyer or the naturally gifted. There really is something for everyone. There are plenty of opportunities for public speaking and debating, and both junior and senior drama competitions take place under the auspices of the Taylor Cup.
So there's the bang, then...
Oh no, that'd be your father being murdered.
The annual production is always a collaborative venture with Clarendon House, the neighbouring girls' grammar school, as are many of the school concerts. Far at Chatham House without seeing someone carrying a musical instrument or hearing someone or some group practicing. The start of a wonderful new band scheme run in conjunction with the Kent Music School, whereby boys practice together on school instruments, has meant that a third of the boys in the school now learn to play an instrument. We now have 2 junior bands, the senior brass band, a string band and a popular jazz band, which play at concerts all over Kent. The joint Chatham House Clarendon House Choir numbers well over 100, and in recent months our boys have sung in ventures as prestigious and as far apart as the Royal Festival Hall London and St Mark's Cathedral in Venice. Indeed, the recent tour of Northern Italy by 60 of our boys and 20 musicians from nearby Dane Court Grammar School was one of the most ambitious ventures undertaken by Chatham House.
So you want to move that into the centre, right? How are you going to do that?
I'm trying to light it.
You highlight it, and that's it. Well done. OK.
When the government Ofsted inspectors visited Chatham House, they were especially impressed by the good relations between students and staff. Staff who are highly dedicated and experts in their field, motivating students to the excellence which has become accustomed to the Chatham House name. But most of all, the friendliness and the general working environment and atmosphere created by staff and pupils alike. One reason for this is the carefully thought-out programme of school excursions, longer residential and foreign visits, which is designed to foster community spirit. Art, history and theatre visits are arranged too, and for all excursions we try to keep the costs to a minimum. And any reasonable request for financial assistance is treated in the strictest confidence. However, always the first regard is the safety of the student, and staff-instructor-pupil ratios are always good. Chatham House has a deserved reputation for sport, with a full programme of up to 250 fixtures per year, against all the best schools in Kent in our 3 major team sports: rugby, hockey and cricket. Our athletes compete in all local competitions. Our swimmers have reached national finals, and we have produced national finalists in a range of sports, from trampolining to badminton. There is a lot of soccer played in the junior part of the school. The arrival of girls in the 6th form has seen our programme broaden, with girls and mixed teams for netball and hockey. However, although our teams compete with the best in Kent, By no means all can excel at sport. Many just want to play for enjoyment and recreation, and to represent their house. Many schools in Kent have been starved of funds. Chatham House was no exception. But over the last 4 years, we've begun to make significant inroads to the huge backlog of maintenance needed in what is potentially a wonderful building. One of the most significant developments has been the completion of the marvellous field project, with its new fencing which has made the school so much more secure. This has enabled us to play all our home rugby fixtures here at school. We now have a matting wicket to add to our cricket square, and in the summer of 1996, Derek Underwood opened our 5 new cricket nets. In 1996, grants from the funding agency allowed us to move all the science into the Redmond wing, and we now have 2 brand new well-lit art studios on the top floor. Our corridors are adorned with pupils' work or pictures of recent expeditions, all celebrating recent achievements. The school is very much involved in the community and features strongly in Thanet's plans for better sports and arts facilities. We are most concerned too about pupil safety, and all staff wear identification badges. There is only one entrance kept open, and all visitors have to report to the main office, where they are met by a friendly prefect or the school receptionist. All students are encouraged to take on responsibilities. There is a sophisticated and well-tried prefect system. The head student even reports to the Board of Governors. Others help with the smooth running of the library. The New Wave radio team entertain the students over break and lunch times. Some prefects assist youngsters having difficulty with their maths or assist with the coaching of junior house teams.
Yes, there really is something for everyone at Chatham House. We believe that every person has a duty to use his or her gifts fully to the benefit of all in the school and the wider community. Perhaps it is for these reasons so many old Roomians wish to remain in touch and part of the school, and why we invite you to become a part of this place too.